Hey, Debonair, how are you? Hey, D-Cup, how are you? Let's see if a couple of more of them will drag in. I'm great, Debonair. How are you? Well, it was great till a few minutes ago. I hate to get started and then someone else comes in and have to start all over. Thank you so much for the rose. Um, well, I'll go ahead and start talking because I don't like to keep people waiting. Um, did you, girl? I haven't been long finished dinner. I had chuck wagons and chips. What you been doing all day, Deb? Deb. Am I pronouncing it right? Delvinger. Oh, Delvinger. While I'm saying Devonair, it is Devendra. Devendra. Where you see me? Hold on, guys. Let me don't hang up. Let me get this call. Hello. Hello. Hello.
Hello?
Yeah. If you could just come watch it and put it up in a ponytail, I guess.
Okay, but I'm not washing your hair in the bed, Mom.
I know. We get him go to the sink.
Okay.
All right, baby.
Alright.
All right. Okay. That's what happens when your daughter's your. I'm from the United States. Hey, Sucky Ducky. D-Cop, could you let little Blake know she ain't blocked over here? And if she ever was, it was by accident, unless she did it. Well, I'm gonna start to say, I don't know how many of y'all are. Just put a one in the chat if you're familiar with Coco 929. She's from Babe Nation, and even if you're not from Babe Nation, can we put this aside for a moment? Uh, whether we're from the D's Cop Squad or Babe Nation, House of Treasure, House of Debauchery. Can we all put this stuff aside for right now? They have been looking for her daughter since the last week of April. They found her yesterday. Her ex girlfriend had killed her and had been living in the house where they shared, sleeping on a blow up mattress. Now her daughter had a child, which with the child had went over. My understanding is the child lived with the, or they shared joint custody, but spent a lot of time on the father's house, where she was a really, really good mother. Hi there, let me see your transcript, sweetie. And she said she had 9 kids, and she said as long as that daughter and I think she said a 14-year-old talked every day, she was fine. She said she was fine with just hearing from her for 2 or 3 times a week. It's not children get grown. And she said once I think a neighbor called due to a foul odor, and they called her mom. And when they got there, of course, they had it roped off, wouldn't let Coco and them near the house. And there was a pit bull there, and the pit bull wasn't letting them get to her. And John said, because she's married to John that comes in your chat, John Stewart. And He said, I can get the dog. They said, we understand, but that could contaminate evidence. So they brought out who they had to bring out in order to get the dog. And then they came out and they said, give up, ask her, I guess, a distinguishing, something that we can tell it's her. And she told where her tattoo was. And she came back, and that's where the tattoo was. Her ex girlfriend had killed her in the house and had been sleeping and eating in that house. I have the Cash App. Her daughter was young and, of course, didn't have insurance. You know how children are. I will put that in the description. I pray if you don't send anything else, send $1. This lady's looking forward to raising a grandbaby. She's got to funeralize her daughter. And they don't even have this girl in custody. I'm going to try to get her name. You can get a picture of Coco's daughter over on Anthony McNeil's wall. He put the picture over there. I'm going to see if I can get a copy from him to put over here. But I ask if you could dig deep down in your pocket. If nothing else, give her $1. That's enough to get her that grandbaby a kids meal while she's going through this. And Coco herself is a minister, and she's having a hard time. We didn't know what was going on. We've been looking for. We noticed John had been coming online. She wasn't coming online, but you got a child you haven't heard from in over a month and stuff. You're not lying. That's the last place you willing to come to. You want your baby back. And someone told them that she had intentions of killing her and the baby. I'm just so glad the baby was with the father. So that did not take place. It's really a sad situation. I'm going to put the if anyone that has something nearby that they can write the actually I'm running it down. Let me see. Let me run it across the across the board. That is Coco's um Cash App. And I'm going to also leave it in the description below this video when all said and done. I mean, my heart just grinched. And of course, other family members want to go on and look for, they hope to get to it before the police get to it. But you don't want that to happen because you really don't know how, dangerous she really is. She never said how, if she did, between my tears, snot, boogers, and all that, I didn't catch the part of how old she was. But do I want to say 29? I tell you what, I won't give her age. I will say this. It's in Kentucky, so maybe you can find it. Maybe find a news article or maybe a news clip. Thanks, my twins. Um, it's just, oh, I think she did say she was the oldest or the next to the oldest of her 9. So I would guess late 20s. Because Coco's not old. She's our age. And I just ask that everyone cash app her something. No, it's not gonna make her feel any better, but yes, it is gonna make her feel better. Because, like I said, she's facing raising a grandbaby, funeral expenses, and not to mention, this lady hasn't been caught yet. It's really sad. Really, really sad. Does anybody have any questions? I will put them. Let me put it right here. I'm going to put it in several places so that whenever you do decide to give, you won't have a problem with finding it. I think Anthony McNeil has her email and all of that. So it's not going to be hard to get in contact with her either way. She's asking just to hold back on some of the phone calls because they're looking for so many phone calls from detectives, cops, you know, working the crime scene. And what was it someone asked her? She said, I'm scared to get that information out. It may have been her daughter's name. It was something they asked. And she said, I'm afraid to give that information out without the lawyer being present because it's an ongoing investigation. But it must not have been the name. Oh, I asked, what is the name of the girl that's still on the run? Because, see, that needs to be out there. Because you don't know how long she's ran or how long she's prepared to run. Because she also has a child. So keep Coco and John in your prayers. If you can help them out in any way, please do. And they will greatly, greatly, greatly appreciate it. Just can't imagine. Just cannot imagine. I was trying to see if she didn't get in here in time. I should have waited. Miss Tiara. Slick Nick, you got my did you get that last email I sent you? I'm gonna have some special guests for y'all next week. They just melt your heart. But too bad you can't have them. They're already my baby, so y'all too late. Hey, creeping, never sleeping. Hey, hey, Marilyn. No, I see a couple of you that came in after that. We have been looking for Coco 929's daughter since the end of April. She was found yesterday in her house dead. Her girlfriend had murdered her. And if you look above your head, creeping, that's Coco, which is grandmother, is the daughter's mother. That's her cash app. Being Mary Marilyn Gale. That's the cash app. No, yes, creeping, never sleeping. No insurance, which is normal. I don't look down on that because it's in their 20s trying to survive. So, anything that you can give, she said, from $1 to whatever, it is greatly appreciated. And my vow to her was to run it every day until I knew, or at least till I thought all expenses were paid for. Because even afterwards, you can have a funeral without expenses being all paid for. In fact, she said they wasn't even going to be able to have a open casket funeral. They were doing cremation. Couldn't see her face decay. She she identified her by a tattoo. I know, Marilyn. We all of us that hang out in Bama Girl Chat have been looking for Coco and for John. It was like this ain't them. John used to be there religiously, even if Coco is at work. But tonight we were over there on a panel, and she came in and dropped the bomb on us. Dropped the bomb. Never that I mean. I don't know what I expected her to say. Not that. I might John and I decided to get separated, or um anything other than the fact that her child got murdered and now she has to funeralize her child. I can't imagine either. I can't imagine either. And especially when she said that, when they heard that she had intentions of killing her daughter and her grandbaby. Luckily, the grandbaby was with the father. I know. I just wanted to, you know, cash up her $1 because that's all she asking. Because, like she said, as many of us it is on YouTube, just $1. We ain't talking about it got to be today, tomorrow, because it take a minute to do this. I said, I would just rather reach out and give you a hug. And everybody was like, you need to get some sleep. She was like, I can't sleep. And I was thinking in my head, see if I could give you one of my Ambien, you could sleep. Prayers for the family. Though I sure will keep praying, keep touching and agreeing. Oh, yeah. I'm definitely going to help too, Mary Jane. Because I'm going to tell you how my conscience put me down. If I stop at a store and buy a soda that's $1, first thing gonna jump in my mind, that is $1. I could have sent the Coco and I could have went home and drink a glass of water. With your checking account, they didn't give you a ATM card? Hmm, that's odd. Or just give the dollar to someone that has a cash app account and have them just send her $1. She's probably too upset right now to look at it name for name for name. Plus, you can leave notes on there from creeping, never sleeping. Yeah, I am too. I will be sacrificing a Pepsi, trust and believe. I will have to drink that glass of water one day. But if you don't, just pray for her. And if you don't know her and you see her in a chat, just like maybe you want to talk to her. I heard about your daughter. You may not know me. I don't know you. I don't know you. I heard about your daughter in Miss B Town chat. And I just wanted to say that I love you. And I'm sorry that this happened to you. That's that's better than making a whole bunch of commitment. I mean, a whole bunch of promises that you're not gonna stay committed to. So prayer is the answer. So you're right. But all that can at least cash out $1. Oh, ain't that sweet? That's nice. Creeping, never sleeping. One of our content creators' daughters' girlfriend killed her. I'm talking to you. You hear me? Oh, that would be nice. And I'm sure she will. Okay, guys, I changed the vibe. Because I'll start crying. Because I was crying over there with them. Where's my new equipment? I need a new mask. I need a mask. I can ask something. I just cannot imagine living in the house with a blow up mattress. Last week of April, it's the first week of June. A little over a month. A little over a month. I couldn't get any down. Anything couldn't go down my throat. Yeah, I think all of our eyes was wet over there. All of us that was on the panel, all you could hear was that's all you could hear, and I'm sure in the down in the chat was the same way. We just couldn't hear them. But yeah, it's okay to cry. It's okay to cry. Okay. On a lighter note, where my mask at? The old one. The old one. Let's find something. The bracket. The bracket. Let's find something to brighten us up a little bit. So everybody won't stay in this funk all night. So what did everybody do today? I'm trying my best. Well, I know what Mary Jane did today. Well, Marilyn did today. I've spent a large time with her today. Elliptical Roaster Official. Can I join you? You on mobile? Can I join you on mobile? What are you asking, sweetie? Can you join what on mobile? StreamYard? Is that what you're asking to join on mobile? Thanks, creeping, never sleeping. Live stream. You're in the live stream. Okay, Marilyn. You're in the live stream now. Are you asking if you can come on the panel? Hey, Naughty B, how you doing, baby? You probably heard it by now, Naughty, about Coco 929's daughter being found deceased at the hands of her girlfriend. When I came out, I was so baffled, Nadia. Nadia. Wow. Okay, you back? Her girlfriend, her living girlfriend killed her. They had been looking for her since the end of April, and they found her yesterday. This woman had killed that child in there, had been eating, sleeping on a blow up mattress in the living room floor. Uh, Not evidently her son had been running around like it's normal for him too. I guess. Because I guess he was there with her, but Coco's daughter's son wasn't there. He was with his father. They share custody of him. That's what brought the attention on. When it came time for the son to go back home, they couldn't find the daughter. And they've been looking for just this long. So being in your early 20s, you know that people don't have insurance. What's to be expected? So myself, along with a couple other content creators, agreed to run her Cash App every day, even all the way up until a couple of days, maybe a week or so after the wedding, mm, funeral, to help her with expenses for the funeral. Then you gotta look at she's got to prepare her son to go back to school in August. So it's just it's a lot. Because you know you haven't been seeing John like you usually be seeing John. They got a phone call from the cops to come there to do a wellness check. Well, when the cops went there to do the wellness check, of course they could smell the foul odor. That's why the neighbors had them to come because of the odor they smelled. Well, of course, Kentucky, Maryland, Kentucky. Um, there was, I think, pit bull, one of those big vicious dogs, wouldn't let the policeman to her. So, Coco asked if John could go get the dog. They said no because it could contaminate the evidence. So they waited for the proper authorities to come to get the dog. Then they came out and asked her, do they have any kind of specific markings on her body to identify her? And Marilyn identified her by a tattoo that she had. And the girlfriend is still on the run. So that's that. Cut that light off, Randy. So what we um agreed to do is run her cash app every day till about 3 or 4 days after the funeral. Why I keep saying wedding? My God, my God. Just to help her, because as many of us as it is in this beef sector and stuff, if we just give $1, put that pack of Newport down, put that pack of candy down, let that soda ride for a moment, and send this lady that $1, you don't know what that dollar can do. Because she's facing a lot. She's facing a lot, kind of fearful, which I really don't think that lady will be back to bother her grandson or anything of that nature. I wouldn't think so. Coco is a minister, but just because you're a minister, that don't mean everybody in your family a minister. So yeah, they instantly knew from the smell, but yet, by two female, two kids living in the house, you don't really know which female. And actually, what she said was, while letting the police dog go in the house, she seen the corner pull up, and she said that's when she hit the ground. Oh yeah, I feel like they're gonna catch her too. For some women, women just aren't good at things of this nature. We're just not good at stuff like that. And not to mention, she has a little boy, or has a child, I should say. And that child's going to have to go in school somewhere. That's why I think there needs to be more so true run the cash app for Coco's daughter. But as far as that lady's face go, that's whose face should be everywhere. That's whose face should be everywhere. Yes, I hope her conscience does. But you got to remember now, this is the same conscience that killed her, ate, proceeded to live, sleep right in the house with this dead body. Remember now, are you sure she'll turn herself in? A lot to think about. I mean, we were just sniffing and crying. Just you would have thought somebody called us about one of our kids. It's really sad. I hate that with a passion. Huh? Gosh. So, all right, Nadia, think of something silly to say to bring us out of this. Whew, my God, my God. That's usually one that can usually break the monotony by laughing, telling us something, giving us something to say. Give us something to say. Break the monotony. You know what pisses me off? You can hold a argue. You can hold an audience if you're at laugh, if you're arguing and beefing. But when it comes to serious stuff, an audience is not the easiest thing to hold. And in that case, why you run your nosy self up in here? If you wasn't going to figure out, think of something on how we could do to help Coco. Why you run your nosy self up in here? Let me get off before I say too much. I'm gonna sign off, ladies, and I'll be back on. Usually I do Saturday night, late night. I came over to share with my crew what was going on so that they could pass it on. That was my main objective. Because this woman got stuff that needs to be done. And I will be back. Don't go to bed, Marilyn. Don't go to bed.